Today, we are 12,000 Nunavimmiut living in a homeland that's rapidly changing. To prepare for a better future, let's look at some important events in our past. When white people first came to the Arctic, they did as they wished with Inuit and our lands. They got rich, and we were left poor, with no say. 50 years ago, when our young leaders negotiated the James Bay Agreement, the JBNQA, they were determined to change that.
Makitagurit sa harnivut takwa silaullu umarillu nunaullu kuullu imaillu piusingit kanuilingaartauni arpata uvagut tsunamik isuartuliviugulit satnik isumagayawiartugut.
The James Bay Agreement gave us a foundation to get out of the subservience and poverty. As they signed on the paper, our leaders were already making plans.
Isumagigit sa utigilok si Malabot suna kingo maginakparan lakan mga tigo inutsuta. Aulagiyahang nibot ammalo makitagiyahang nibot ammalo inusitinik pivalyatitsigiyahang nibot isumagidlugo.
They looked to the land, rich in game and minerals, to the sea, full of life. They looked at what Nunavimmiut would need to gain control of our homeland. First off, we needed better transport, like our own airline. We were 4,000 people spread out in a vast homeland. Bringing us closer together was a top priority.
Hangat tayok tiyo lauksima yung 1964 mi, 1974 mo tikit chugu. Techo mani application haluksuta for air ni mo license halagay lauksima yung alubanga. Charter license halagay lauksima yung.
Reliable airline travel was a huge public service and a way for Makivik to make a profit. We began small and added planes and destinations. We tried to buy a big established airline, but lost out to Air Canada. At the same time, Inuit joined our company, on the ground and in the cockpit. From that one first Twin Otter, 29 planes now take us where we need to go, summer and winter. 200 Inuit work among a staff of 700. Profits are channeled through Makivik for community activities.
Kinerlia minatoklunik tako kinerlia kayang isunatuin namok Nunavimmi kayok sigutiu nerlu pingo videos tohak netok Nunavimmi pingo tohak netok pat ikayok daw yo hareak payok salong watunik ututigil Inuit ilunang ipinasuhat niyang mata kinerlia limaminik utak-tisiga swak patu inyunut.
11 years after starting Air Inuit, we took another step. First Air, an essential service in all of Canada's north, was in trouble, losing $5 million a year.
Suila tay may ligya hawli sakpalya sit sutahano makitakpalya tikut nakalang mga tiku tay may silak si majabut sana katak kinaw yaliw takut na ilak sunay katakpalya to inalo ni tay may langalang ma bankrupt to inalakilon tay may langalang ma.
It was a risky move. Governments refused to help, so we financed it ourselves. The first year, we cut losses by 60%, then began making money.
First Air took off as a vision of native self-sufficiency 10 years ago. Now it is the country's third largest airline, and it's offering young native people a promising future.
The Inuit wanted to take control, or rather be in control of their own territory and reap the benefits of any activity going on within the region.
Sutayak to kala na misonikina rentan na kampanya itak sisimalak to yutak ng makipiko sa ilon. Ami siyang makikina yan. Millions and millions.
But when a competitor entered the business, there were too many planes and not enough passengers. As we shall see, something had to give. Creating an airline from scratch was risky. For Makivik, it called for more.
They were gung-ho in the beginning of getting into everything. Everything that influenced their area or their sphere of operation. Makivik Corporation also learned that they had to take the lead. Otherwise, they weren't going to get anything.
Maki bikutakkuninga maki tagasok ni maulingarni company ni na noitsi winiung ituakpata ullumimo taima makitanimu taima ilinga gayutsangittuak.
The cold water of Ungava Bay holds a precious resource, juicy pink shrimp. This was our resource, our territory, and another economic opportunity right from the start.
Those waters in Davis Strait were being fished by West Germans, British, Koreans, Greenlanders, or Danes, predominantly Danes and predominantly Norwegian harvesters. But nobody was looking at Ungava Bay or Hudson Strait. So we said, okay, well, this is our area. We took a position then, 1978-79, to the government, this is our area.
That was a crucial first step. The first venture closed down when market conditions changed. But Makivik kept its license, then added more, and after a few years, we were back in business, that much the wiser.
The fishing industry is a high-risk business when it's not good. When it's good, it's very good.
The Victor is back from 2 weeks of fishing. The vessel belongs to a Newfoundland company. Part of the catch is caught on the Makivik license and sold at a premium price all over the world. For 35 years, Inuit fishers like Jamie Ituk have made good money on the ship. In all, more than $100 million have flowed to Nunavik from cold water shrimp. It's been a cornerstone in building the Inuit homeland. The James Bay Agreement provided a $90 million fund. That starting capital has been increased through financial investments and building profitable companies. But at the same time, there were pressing needs in the communities. When governments failed to live up to the agreement, Makivik stepped in.
Rana sivuli pangut ligo pieso sorok simayabu nunalinni bifihakni takko nunali utakkiwi hakati hangatribut aulagelit amotakko nunali bifihat siagati amalutakko umiakut hayakut bakaiti nunalinuto kami saputatsiang simayui.
Above all, there was the question of housing. Ever since the government moved Inuit from life on the land into settlements, housing has been the most critical need in our lives. It's been a 60-year ongoing crisis. Makivik's first construction company was refused government funding and had to close. The second company, Makivik Construction, was formed in 1998. It has focused on residential housing. In 2019, it built 130 units in 7 communities. In all, it has built 1,880 homes for Nunavik families. But to help Nunavimmiut truly run our homeland, the company needs an additional mission.
Inunno tuwea haktu, inunno aulata wea hauman. Tanda katay mailitik giyam makilanga rea halak ni atulok sibunit sangani maana mo piyakila katangita busultan na akipalera swakta kalor.
The Nunavik cooperative movement is 60 years old. It's the economic driver in Puvilnitu.
tatikhaqunnailusi pinasuaqunnaqatsi tamanna sananguanikkut atsingualiornikut miqsugualiornikut tappuuna pigunnatatsigut tamakkuninga akkasi atorlugit uumagusuaqutsi inuuttutitsanik pinasuaqattigigunnaqasi ikayortigillusi.
The first store was in Kangirsualutchoa. The Federation was started in 1967. Like Makivik, the co-op movement is an instrument to improve the lives of Nunavimmiut and for Inuit to control the economy.
Kisiana tatamma taamursinaqtaituluga upimaninga unnataapimmigut pinasuarninga aularijunga tururmiarpalaorta ivurimiunik sallumiunik inutluamiunillu sallumiusugaluttoq mikiyo pigiuqqalea puuntu kuapanga pivallealermat ataataga ilseevalartoq maqquinavalluartuunik cash in cash out.
So almost 99.5% are Inuit employees in our co-ops. Because it's self-ownership, everything we do at the end of the year, in the end we give back what the co-op has overcharged during the year. That's why we call it returns to members.
The nerve center of the Federation is in Montreal. Every co-op store, the hotels, the construction branch, the fuel supply branch, the trucking company, the rental company, every one of the 10 subsidiaries place their orders here. 95,000 different items go through this place. From that one log cabin co-op 60 years ago, the movement did $425 million worth of business in 2018. Sealift time is crazy, and never forget the most basic items. Most Nunavik beneficiaries belong to the co-op movement. Time has come to reach out across all divisions.
Temettemik ikeruttigigialik uqaqtigiqqarngitaortik tamanna sivunivut teme paqsingautivaltuinaulangaroq yaqiaqankaloqsunni ammuterigunnail tinallialunni taatsuminallianik ikeruttigil taman uqaqtigiinnitaga tamanna piunerpausuuq tusoomaqatigiinneq kisian tamanna kipiyautuaqpat yaik tanna uqaqtigiinni karusigialik tusoomaqatigiinni karusigialik tamainni.
Who would have thought 20, 30 years ago that Nunavimmiut would own a fleet of big ships? As the 2019 sealift season begins, there's a new ship being loaded with goods for the Arctic. It's going to be a big season for NIAS. Makivik owns 50% of this company. It makes money for Nunavimmiut and has Inuit in charge.
Takkani upingak NIAS 2019 utillogo kino tumarilangabukut $24 million pirutsinibut Nunavimmiut kausitsiahulugo umetjuatalangajogo makkunik piukkuti harehalangajutakko umertjuat sikkitaalunnik umiarulungunnilu kalikattautinik kikiaraannilu sikattautinik containers lasuvunnik nakkuyummarinilu iluanissuunik $24 million in takkani tuin upinga tuin na kinartulangabuk.
For decades, shipping to the north brought big profits to companies in the south, and still does. But the ocean around Nunavik belongs to us, for us to control. So, to improve the sealift and reduce the cost for Inuit, Makivik got involved.
Makivik umertyo naminitalo tinaro naminita hatuamat ukiyo akingit usiyaw suit akikiliralaw yi 40% lutual mo inut umetyo ay pangit ay pawut akirawut our competitor akirawut take kutu suti akituyukan lalaw yi kisiani Makivik umertyo talaw yumat akinga katagat si mayukyo.
Cheaper freight means more business. Taking control of the NIA sealift has boosted the Nunavik economy. 6 ships will sail under NIA's colors this season, making 85 stops in 46 different places. In 8 days, this load will be in Saluit.
Pingata kwa sa lunut to dito tikipata. Sunakalay nito ang nutakalit napataw lang ngayon. Iu pilo. Nutani ni wetsa sa tikitaw lang at suti.
White people discovered a long time ago that our homeland held many valuable minerals. They were eager to dig them out. But the James Bay Agreement and the new Canadian Constitution protected our rights. With that, mineral deposits became an economic opportunity, but only if the terms were right. So Inuit were on guard when a giant mining company announced its plan to open a nickel mine close to Saluit and Kangiqsuyoaq.
Nagwaktaw magama sibulit timut. Nagwaktaw gitoagama. Nagwaktaw simalitoagama. Isamagidakalaw simadungaw jakan neti ukwi lalo may matagok. Te kuningangadok hangin ni sang sigiak tukumatsunga.
An old mine had left a deep scar on the land. This time, Inuit were determined to limit the damage.
Pingasuluanguan isumaro tahaksutik. Nunau ammaru tamakkuakkuut tassiillu ikhaluqautiaruit ikhalliaviusuut maqaippiussuu sallumiunut soqqatau yualuusingammata takkununga pihoyahangitsutik isumainnaqitsiasutik uyaranniatunu
teikani suan tuliagama angajoqqaangani katisigama uvikkauqutaqitsungaluugama uvannik takugami sulluatuqitsilauqsimangitila unasuyuq isumalauqsimajuq.
By now, we had the James Bay Agreement behind us and Indigenous rights in the Constitution. So when the company offered Saluit and Kangiqsuyoaq a Zamboni each, it didn't get very far. The two communities asked Makivik to join the negotiations.
Takon nguyang neo mayon ni ukahate khalpalias loksiamat pigun na limame ni ilaw matsutik taman na isumay kasu abatigi yabot amalo pinasuwat sa taknik amalo timikutingit Inuit utu tigilugu pinasuwat sanik nuitsiyoak neapat usiyaw yo hagayak neapatlo sibuliw yo hoitsunik.
Kaya 1975 no tilu takwa
Taib sumani piwaliw ilagiyulaw simagama Amaluto atiliok tilogita ilaulaok si matsunga. Tusama titawag tunga tam nagawangi kating niulok to atiliok taulok to uyang niya ng mud. Pionek pat siya mariunikak taut sinukiok taktumi.
My daughter is working there. Tanasanga sinurilaok sa majapun uyakan niya ni Nunavimmiut tu si majok. Tukisivalo tikisamalakit tabot hanugellak pinaswakon na ng mga ata. Amalo ujakan niya tipigay alakalitwak pata sang siniyo kung nakazaktok atok tawin na sungulaktok tat suminga sang sinirilaw sa majapatok atok sugo.
Being closest to the mine, Saluit is rapidly changing.
Isian itangani pipchengit tunik nuitsigundam mailangit kiinoidani atungdok khatratong mata nunali suqqatau suungummimat da imettunu qaarpunarunga atuttauquyaungittuna atu suungummata nannilima tamanna maritsaina suungummat taimittuuruarsuni kisian suriyuq piuyuq.
It's now time to step up, to use this opportunity for the new generation of Inuit to move into positions of greater knowledge, more control of our future.
Idinya simakhoy naktuparok ammarok sila tuyo kaya sunlok mat sila tuyo dahil niya ko taman na piyayaw naman tamak ko ni uwit ka hulitin piyak nino na uwit ka hulitin lo idinya kitsa so at nang
Someone may get rich tonight, but that won't help the rest of Nunavik. The James Bay Agreement gave Inuit a settlement of $90 million to be managed by Makivik. There are different ways to use that money.
Hanilotumi sanak kayo chovita sivunang hatchimanga kinara hotitini bimmare hotitini unuksiria utiulangarumi tanna istakunna sogulu ammalo hangandikuliavini ilere hotitsanganing tukitaasongurut portunaqsausuta.
Every year is a balancing act. How much to invest in the financial markets where we make money? How much to invest in our companies where we also make money? And how much of these profits to distribute to the communities, which means investing in our people?
Ang hatiriru tinuita vinutilero kawamakkunin 90 million kinaraktaasimaqatta Nunavimmiut. Tanna makippimun haangannikulliortitauqattasuugumman ammaluunertisiqartitauvalliaqasuasuungutsune aqqaaruulaaqtor taakkua tammasimaroqsiutiit semeqquluutlurit allasimaroqutigut 500 million niriulertugut aqqaaniulaaqtor tammasimaroqsiutau simarut kitchutiharaloqtileru allasimarutigut ukuali pimmarehutigut ammalo illohutigut kimmiyohutibullu ammalo miaqtuahutibut ammalo haaqandakuliorunanivu taakkua timeerahutitta katiliraming kichitchutinga taana nioqqutoorunnaniga niriuriarturut ammalo tuqaarlersuta 1 billionic.
Kuujjuaq Radio, good afternoon. Inuit 820 is with you 30 miles to the north of Kuujjuaq, and we're planning the Arnav runway 31. Inuit 820 is cleared to land runway 31.
Melissa Haney is an Inuk Air Inuit captain, proof in person of the progress of the first Inuit airline. But Makivik's second airline, First Air, ran into turbulence when a competitor appeared. For 20 years, Canadian North flew to most of the same destinations across Nunavut. It made little sense.
Inuit lo unoktualo ngitilluwi taman nakinaoyersitap nituinnaoillaujumma taanna atausingoriartisini pinaswatsaluukisiani toqaarneqallaujugu ukiortatumiu katutseqatigiulti innui atausermi hangattajuulerinermi taimaakisiani ilnangatsialuni makitatsiarunnaniga
isumaqaqutigiavun unna tamaani Canadami aaqqipugulli taanaaqqisimalertoq atausiulingalertuujoq peorpalliatigiaqatuinnalangalertoq taimali bakko upapalliagiaqalangagattigit Greenlandlo upagialangattigi Greenlandmiut Alaskalo uasallu upagiaqumallugu.
When we signed for $90 million from the James Bay Agreement, many non-Inuit predicted we'd spend it all in no time and return to the table begging for more. We've proved them wrong. We are now 13,000. We've come from afar, and we're looking to a better future.
Tai mga pigiallilauqsimagatta saatsigiallilauqsimagatta imminersuqiasiyuujunik maannaujok immini Inuit nunaltuqatsajauju nunaqaramik nammina aaqqisokpaliagayaaqtuit immini papisaqtautuinnaqunnaillutik silaqhatigiyaminnu taanna isumagijaulerpalianerijanga.
Priority number 1, invest in our young people.
Air Inuit has a Sparrows program. It's a program that helps any beneficiary from Nunavik who wants to become a pilot. Once they're finished, we will be able to take them on as a co-pilot on the twins. So I think they work hard and are going to stay and work hard for you after. If you do have a dream, if you have something that you really want to do that school and education is important and to follow your dream, I guess.